classical wave bangers, basically. The time has come, we're resetting the waves today. Fresh load of boulders going up.
It's the first time I've set the wave. I've set the forge before. Yeah, I've trained on it a lot. Really psyched.
First wave set was probably maybe 9 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago. Done quite a few wave sets. Yeah, it's cool. I remember when this bit of wall wasn't here, it was round the corner, and then I think it was initially upstairs where the mez is. So I've kind of seen it been moved around a bit.
We were saying this morning how much we enjoy this type of setting, because it's quite simple holds. The movement's in theory simple. It's very easy to make it hard, but it feels like really rewarding and like my favourite type of climbing anyway, so it's good.
It's more of, or it should be viewed more as like a training tool. Nothing needs to be too flashy. I just want a nice progression of like good boulders to train on. And these are boulders that you're gonna do like over and over again. So you don't want something like horrible holds or weird moves or really strange stuff. The way it's shaped and the angles, it kind of climbs different to any other board as well. Midway through it goes like super steep into not actually that steep.
Because it does this like undulating thing, like keeping the feet is the hard part, like keeping the tension, and usually you go from climbing on the forge maybe, which is just like a flat panel, to this, and this is so much more of a workout, like full body. And yeah, it's really good for that outdoor training, just being able to keep tension, use your core. Yeah, it's great. What are we on next? What have we got on the sheet? We've got my lapis, purple and yellow. It's quite ambitious, that. First one is fine. A friend of mine just did a climb in Turkey and it's like 2 razor blade crimps and you just blast out to a jug. And I wanted to kind of recreate that. Yeah. But I feel like those crimps were maybe a bit, yeah, Elias has made the face, that means we need to change them. This one's probably fine, but maybe this thing just wants to be like semi-decent. Not trying to be super accurate, but trying to make sure that people have got a chance and that it's like somewhat fair. The reason like the forge and the wave are so special is because of the hold set that's available. And you can't just like stroll in to Mr. Hold supplier and go, I want these holds, because so many of them aren't made anymore. Or they might still be made, but the mix in everything is different, so they don't feel the same. And like there are so few places that have this many colours and this many like hold styles from like the past 30 years of climbing that you get to set on a board with. It's like really special. A lot of holds that come off go back on because there are only so, like these like bubblegum holds, there's only so many of them, so they always go back on. Part of the kind of style of the wave is like old school PE holds, and this is generally much more friendly on the skin. So if you're training, you can come and train on this and it doesn't ruin your skin because all the holes are just like nicely worn. They feel a bit more like climbing actual rock as well. Just bring the ball in. The same level as the bottom of the red rail? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The move would have gone, but it wouldn't have gone at where it probably needs to sit on the sheet. And because so far things have been a bit tricky, just want to make sure it's not like this really steep curve of impossibility for everyone. Oh, it's still really hard. But like, because of the nature of the grips and because of like how there aren't loads and loads of all of them, you end up with the same grips going back on, sometimes at similar levels. So like, I think a lot of people that climb on the wave and the forge have little barometers of like, whether they've progressed based on whether they've managed to do a boulder with this certain type of hold or not. So like for me, it was like doing one of these boulders for the first time, using those holds. I was like, oh, I've gone up a level. Even though it doesn't actually mean anything, you just feel like, oh, I can operate on these holds now, that's cool. So you get to know them from set to set.
Yeah, like when you're setting on regular sets or on more sort of like compy style, you can make movements really obviously complex, whereas on the board things are a little bit more subtle usually. Like you're not doing any massive coordination moves, but you might have to position your foot in a really specific way to be able to keep tension, to hold a hold in a really specific way, which you don't do quite as often usually on commercial sets.
There's no start tags. There's no finish tag. There's no grade tag. It's a training board. So start where you want, add a foot if you need it. It is hard. The point is to kind of fall off. Come on. Come on. Certified, walk away. It's a banger. No one sees this sheet. And as soon as this day is done, I'll try and erase my brain of that sheet. And you just climb what you find hard. The start hand is a bit too high, so you feel like you're gobbling your own knee. So add a little foot. A lot about the wave is like tension, like really holding the tension between your toes and your hands. We're just going to spice up the next couple moves so it's in keeping. This is a jug. Yeah, it's too good, that.
Too good.
Better. If you climb on the wave like a lot, you kind of get to know what can go. Also, some of the people that climb on this board are just absolute machines. Come on, Matt. Yeah. Yo! Bottoms. Go on, into the space. It is possible to pull from those two holds with that foot and hit it to the next one. And at the level that it is at the minute, it's like, well, that's okay that it's that hard. Come on, Matt. We've set more thans on the sheet, so we're now off script. I can't float that. Right, I'm saying that is not V6, Elias. It's a bit of a harsh 7, but we'll go for it. What V6 means to Elias is maybe different to what V6 means to someone else. Decision fatigue, oh. I set this yesterday and setting previously in the week, and you just start to hit a bit of a like, am I just doing the same thing over and over again? I can't decide what to do and you end up staring at the wall, not making a decision. You can't choose what moves to do. And that kind of like natural, like, oh, this makes sense, kind of starts to, for me anyway, goes down a bit. Start actually putting the holes in the wall is like 50% of the picture. This is now when we can like, you can rotate it. And usually with the board climbing, it's like just changing the angle of a hold. Like on this pink one over there, just change the angle of a hold by a few degrees. And it took like a whole number grade out of it. And it just solves the problem. So it's like, just remembering that you've still got the test. My love of board climbing started at the arch on a 50-degree board with those exact red holds on, set by that man there. So it's really nice to be like, yeah, it's cool. We don't tell him that. That first move is pretty chunky, isn't it?
Do you think the average climber knows how much work goes into route set?
No. No one has a clue. Like, yeah.
Everyone thinks it's easy.
Yeah. Someone came down earlier. I was just like, oh, it's just easy. You can put them wherever you want. Yep. A lot of people think there's like software. Do you plan this at home, like in a software, and then come in and just set to a plan? It's just like I find it really funny what people interpret route setting to be. And it's like, it's hard enough physically, but it's also like mentally it's really exhausting and hard to like come up with it and create these things that like don't make you feel like you've climbed the same thing in the same spot over and over again. I live 5 minutes down the hill. I got here at 8:30 yesterday and I got home at 7 o'clock last night and just stared at my puffy fingers and stared into the void for a few hours and get up and do it again.
The flames are pretty iconic to the wave, but it doesn't mean that I like them. This is like also the other fun thing about climbing on the wave. It's like learning where all the holds are, because it's kind of a big cluster. It's almost like you need to get used to the boulders. Even though I set this like 2 hours ago, I can't remember where I put any of the holds, or in terms of the feet, if I put any individual feet anywhere. Option 2, yeah, try a bit harder. I mean, the sequence is pretty cool.
Bringing in the last handhold because it is astronomically far away. It's like the hardest boulder, so you want it to be really tough, but equally, if it's not workable for semi-regulars and maybe the last move just is like mad in comparison to everything, then your sort of motivation to work it might dip. Bring the last hold in. I'm almost there, apart from a couple other little sort of fill-in boulders or bonus boulders. There's quite a good variety of like having someone like Elias who hasn't set on it before kind of interpret it in his own setting way is quite cool. Like everyone's got their own strengths, and like I've set quite a few like shouldery moves, really tensiony boulders, like feet on tensiony boulders. It feels like there's a big mix on there for everyone. It is hard, but it is also really good fun.
It's a cool bit of wall, and it's been a staple in London for so many years.
It's not accessible like the rest of the climbing wall by any stretch of the imagination. It just starts at hard and just gets harder. But I think you just have to remember that when you're coming to have a go on it. If you're sort of learning to board climb, the Forge is like perfect for that. It's like much more forgiving angle. There's a little bit more in that kind of like lower end for board climbing. But I think if you are wanting to try a different board experience and you're a regular board climber, come get on the wave.
It's a special board, it's really cool. Yeah, I love the wave.
It stays up for 6 months, learns project. Genuinely is the best board climbing in London.